What's up, fellas? So I had a loyal patron supporter that wanted me to talk about how do you know it's meant to be. And no, we're not talking about no women today. Today we're talking business. So now all my purpose boys can shut up for at least 2 more weeks. All right, I don't have to see no comments in the comment section talking about some more purpose videos. But they never give any suggestions. But anyway, I did have a guy who actually offered a suggestion for purpose videos instead of just putting more purpose videos. And he wanted to know, how do you know it's meant to be business-wise? And so let's get right into it, guys. Let's just get right on into it. We don't need, because I got a lot of notes, and so let's get on into it. Number one way to know your business is meant to be, you're solving a fucking problem. I don't care what you like. I don't care you got hit by the entrepreneur bug and spirit and you doing the Holy Ghost because you want to be an entrepreneur. It don't really fucking matter. Is what you do, does it solve a fucking problem? When I hit YouTube, I saw a problem on YouTube. And any of y'all guys who've been around for a long time, you know what I'm talking about. When I got on YouTube, everything was about game. Game. Learn how to talk. Learn how to approach. Game. You need to learn your conversation skills. When nobody has on YouTube talking about becoming the best version of yourself. Nobody was. They might have thrown it out here and there, I guess. But I'm just watching YouTube. And guys will complain about hypergamy and she's hypergamous. Yeah, they hypergamy. What you gonna do about it? Yes, they are hypergamy. Women are hypergamy. What you gonna do about it? So I saw a need, a problem that was in there, and I addressed it. I solved the problem. You have to solve a problem. Had a friend that asked me, "Hey man, do you think doing ATM machines is a good investment?" Hell fucking no. We move into a cashless society. It used to be once upon a time that if you went to a nightclub, they need an ATM because the bathroom guys needed tips, and a lot of the people that take money at the door because they don't want to pay taxes on it, they only wanted cash. Well, now all of them motherfuckers take Cash App or Venmo or whatever, right? All of them take it. So now there ain't even no need for them in clubs. There ain't no need for them nowhere fucking well. Everybody got Cash App. Everybody you can tip got them a Cash App. And if they don't, they too stupid to get a tip. Don't tip them. If you somebody who live off a tipping service and you ain't got one of these cashless apps set up on your phone or something, all these Cash Apps, PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, whatever. If you ain't got, they don't deserve a tip. You're too stupid to get a tip. So why would you want to invest in ATMs? See, this is what I'm talking about. You have to solve a problem. Is what you want to do. I heard my guy, Kevin O'Leary, he said, he has a term. He says, "Is this a dog?" And basically when he refers to something as a dog, he's basically saying take it out in the backyard and shoot it. Basically what he's saying is, what you have, nobody needs. So if you have something that nobody needs, then you shit out of luck. I don't know what to fucking tell you. So no, if your business, take an objective view of your business and say, is what I'm doing, does society need that? Like opening a lawn service in New York City. New York City. I want y'all guys to just think how stupid that is. You stay in a majority white area, right? The area you want to open a Jamaican restaurant. Do that make any fucking sense? To open a Jamaican restaurant in a white area? Now, with 2 white people coming there to get some Jamaican food, I guess. But is it going to be enough to sustain a fucking restaurant? Hell fucking no. So you need to know these fucking things. You don't see none of these Asian, Japanese spots opening these teriyaki chicken or fried chicken wings in no white areas. They go right to the black areas. You ain't finna go in no white neighborhood or area and see no goddamn Japanese. Yeah, you might see some sushi spots, but you ain't gonna see no goddamn spot where they serving goddamn fried chicken rice, sweet and sour chicken. No, they not gonna sell that shit in white areas. They know they market. So you gotta ask yourself, is what we doing, does it make any goddamn sense? Okay, guys? Number 2, it's scalable. The reason why it's scalable is very important because it's going to go to motivation. One of the reasons I lost motivation as a trainer is because I started to realize this is as good as it gets. You're going to train 30 to 40 people a week, and that's as good as it gets. When you deal with a business that's not scalable, at some point, unless you're very content, but most entrepreneurs are not content by nature. It's part of the reason they want to be an entrepreneur. And so that was one of the things where I started to lose my motivation as a personal trainer, because I realized that there's only so many people that I can train in a week. So you have to ask yourself, is the business that I'm doing, is it scalable? If something is scalable, that's going to keep you motivated to keep going. You have to have a impending goal. When you go to the gym, if any of y'all guys ever go to the gym, and you'll notice that once you reach whatever your body's max is, potential is, you'll notice that your motivation ain't the same as what it was when you was losing 3 pounds a week, or your bench was going up 2-3 reps a week. You'll notice that the motivation just ain't there. I remember when I first started going to the gym, man, and every time the weights was going up, or if I was losing weight, every week the weight was coming off. It ain't the same maintaining. Now, we got to do it. You know, you got to do it. You don't want to get weak and get fat. You got to do it. But just maintaining your strength and maintaining your weight ain't as fun as, man, I can't wait to see what I'm going to bench today. If your ass been working out 15 years and you natural, your ass ain't getting no stronger. You can give it up. It's over with. So unless you're going to give them the juice, it's over with. Could you trick your body with a little technique or something and gain a rep? Yeah, and then turn around 2 weeks and lost that same rep back. It's like your body said, nah, motherfucker, nah, that ain't for you. That ain't for you. This you right here. And so you'll notice, when you go. But y'all guys know what I'm talking about. When you first join the gym, man, you wake up on that chest day, you still getting them gains. You like, oh man, woo, boy, we finna go off today. You be in there cooking your breakfast, doing a Tootsie Roll. You like, man, I'm gonna hit it today. I'm gonna hit that motherfucker today. At 315, it going up 10 times a day or 5 times or whatever you've been. When you're maintaining, we going, but you ain't got that same pep in your step. You ain't in the kitchen doing a Tootsie Roll, cooking your breakfast. You like, we gonna go, but it ain't the same as it was when you was getting them gains. And that's the same way it is with a business. So I advise y'all guys to make sure that the business you're in, so you stay motivated, is scalable. Very important. Just for motivation. Now, if you're content, then you're content with whatever. But next, to know how it's meant to be, steady profit improvements. You need to be seeing steady profit improvements. I would say, even if you're operating in the red, right? Let's hypothetically say the first year you're operating in the red and it's a 50% profit loss. Fine. But the next year it need to be up to 40 and 30. The reason this is, guys, because this is telling me that you're learning from your mistakes and your business is catching a little bit. So in other words, that means people are sampling what you're doing and they're talking. That's it. You got to pay attention to the profit margins, because that's telling you that the people that I went to a restaurant last night, Snap Thai and Fish restaurant, all right, in Buckhead. And I blasted it all over my social media. Oh, it's good, it's great, it's great. That's what you want. People are going to, if it sucked, I wouldn't have did that. If it sucked, it was okay, I wouldn't have did that. Now, I'm not the type of person to get on social media and say the food is bad. I don't do all that. I just don't go back. You know, I lost my money. You got to go and lose your money too, right? That's my motto, right? But now I'm joking. My thing is, I don't like to project my taste buds into other people, right? Just cause I didn't like it, don't mean you won't like it, right? So I like putting positive energy out into the space, guys. I don't believe in negative energy. So if I see somebody, let's say a guy on Instagram, he posts his car and he does some modifications to it and I don't like it, I'm not finna get in the comments, you could have left it alone. It was fine the way it was. That's why. Okay, I don't like it. Keep it to myself and move on. Why I gotta put some negative? You done fucked that car up. It was pretty and now it's ugly. Why? I don't put that type of energy into the public. I just don't. It's negative. I don't. Negative energy is just negative energy, and I just don't believe in it. As a wise man once said, if you ain't got nothing good to say, just don't say nothing. Right? Just don't say nothing. So that's how I am. But anyway, getting back to my point, I digress more and more in these videos. I have no fucking idea. I'm glad y'all guys like it. Whenever I digress and I start talking about shit that ain't got shit to do with the video, for whatever reason, you guys like it. I'm glad y'all like it, right? But anyway, the profit margin lets you know if you're moving in the right direction. A good rule of thumb is I would like to see at least a 10% increase every year. All right. And so even though this ain't got nothing to do with this talking point, I'm gonna just say this. Most people are unrealistic with how they business supposed to grow each year. Most people think that, hey, the business supposed to be making $3 million in 3 years, and that's just not realistic. Could it happen? Yes. Could you get your ass on YouTube and put out a viral video and have 1 million subs your first year? Absolutely. But it's not realistic to think that. A good friend of mine, him and his girl just started a channel, and he actually wanted some feedback from me. And the first thing I said, you got to have realistic expectations. I said, you got to go into this like this going to take you 3-4 years to get this off the ground. Now, could you blow it up and make some, for whatever reason, get lucky, and the algorithm pick it up and go viral? Absolutely. But you're foolish to go into it with that mindset. I would go into it with the mindset. When I started my channel, I had the mindset of the first year, I wanted 5,000 subs. Then the next year, 10,000 subs. I wanted to double in subs each year. That was my mindset. Now, it just so happened I popped, but I was not going into it with that mindset. For all you guys that wanted to know why I had that mindset, because I had realized earlier in my life why I quit so many things. I wanted quick results off of everything. That's why I quit every damn thing. And that's why I tell y'all guys all the stuff I quit it, because everything had to be now. I had unrealistic expectations. Some of you guys start a fitness journey and you don't lose 40 pounds the first month because you saw it on The Biggest Loser, and so you quit. Instead of saying, I want to lose 1 to 2 pounds a week, and anything over that is icing on the cake. Now you go into it with these unrealistic expectations you saw on The Biggest Loser and Screen Makeover and all these other shows, or My 600 Pound Life, and you see people losing 75 pounds a month, and you think that's supposed to be you too. Why, that's good and dandy for them. And this coming from a place, guys, I don't even give a damn if you're morbidly obese. Even if you're morbidly obese, go into it 2 or 3 pounds a week. Even if you 500 pounds, you didn't lose that weight and you didn't gain that weight overnight, you shouldn't expect to lose it overnight. Small incremental changes. If let's hypothetically say you watching this and you 500 pounds, just cut out the sodas at first. We ain't got to get into grilled fish and broccoli. We'll get down. Let's just take our time. We take our time. Let's just cut the sodas out at first. Let's let everything else stay the same. You can still eat your Popeye chicken. Let's just make small incremental changes. Let's just cut the soda out. Let's just do that first. How about the next month we cut all the fried food out? Let's do small changes. Small change. All the motherfuckers on The Biggest Loser, they do all these crash diets and then sooner, a year later after the show, they'll put all the damn weight back on. So with the steady profits, we want small incremental improvements. That's more realistic. That's important for you to go into the mindset. Not only that tells you, do you have a viable product, but it also lets you know that your expectations are realistic. If you have unrealistic expectations, I'm going to pass by your business and it's going to have an out of business sign on it because you had unrealistic expectations. You expected to make $100,000 profit the first year. You stupid fool. No, you're going to lose money the first year, most likely. That's the mindset you have to go into it. Next year, we just want smaller losses. That's it. Okay, guys? Steady profit improvements. Next, good reviews. Now, the good reviews, and this is about public reviews. The reviews matter because it lets you know that somebody, so you're going to have bad reviews, right? But the good reviews let you know that, okay, somebody likes it. And so what works for some people might not work for others. So if you have I'm just picking some restaurant, well, I'll just say restaurant, and you have a 3.8, 4.0 review or something like that, that's good in my opinion, because I already know, man, different strokes for different folks. Would it be nice for everybody to get on that? Oh my God, I ate a chicken and I died and went to heaven. I just died right there. Yes, but everybody got different taste buds. It's just the way you got different taste buds. I seen a movie, Independence Day. It was some movie. I can't remember. It was a movie that I really loved. That had like a 40 rating from Rotten Tomatoes. And I'm like, I can't remember what movie. It's a pretty good, I ain't gonna say it's like Saving Private Ryan and I don't get carried away, but it was a movie that I thought was good, that I thought should have at least a 70 or 75. Well, like a 44, 40 approval rating Rotten Tomatoes. Like, who the hell watched this? Some senile old people or something? I'm like, the movie was good. I ain't saying it was, Casablanca or something. Gone with the Wind. I ain't saying it's an all-time classic, but goddamn, that just goes to show you. But the point being is, if you got a 2.2, it might be time to reinvent ourselves. Yeah, we might need to reinvent. We might need to tweak things just a little bit, right? Just a little bit. See, on YouTube, we used to have this thing called the dislike button. And you still got the like button. So it was typical if you was to get 3,000 to 4,000 likes, you was going to get 50, 60 dislikes. And that's fine, because you got some people that just hate life, right? When I read reviews, I take them with a grain of salt, because I know for some people, anything other than them giving you a blowjob while you ate your meal is not good enough. I know if I read a club review, people are like, and we had to wait in line for 30 minutes till they let us in. Who the hell do you think you is? Who the hell do you think you is? What do you think they're going to roll out the red carpet for? Who the hell are you? All in the damn reviews. All in the reviews. Talking about we had to wait outside in the line for 40 minutes. And then we bought a table and we had to wait for them to set up the table. Who the hell do you think you is? Like you special. You goddamn right your ass gotta wait. So when I read reviews from restaurants or any goddamn thing, anything, some people are just so entitled and so spoiled that anything other than you goddamn giving them a blowjob while you was performing your service would get you a bad review with them. And that's how they operate. So for all y'all people that always want a 4.5 or above review, you being unrealistic, because there are people in this world who are fucking insane. I guarantee you, if you gave girls a app or something to rate the date with you, anything other than you having them laughing, anything other than you taking them to the most expensive restaurant in town, anything other than you opening the door and closing the door and massaging their feet and cutting up their food and feeding it to them, anything other than that, he was not a gentleman. That's how crazy people is. So I don't read everything into negative reviews, but you got to read a little bit into it. So like with me, what I don't want to see consistently, and I'm just going to stick with the restaurant thing. So I don't want to hear nothing about dirty or nothing like that. But if we're talking about people are saying, oh, it had a little too much spice, or the drink was a little, and the reviews are 3.8, 3.9, 4.0 or something like that, then we talking about. I don't expect everybody, because people are fucking crazy and entitled. Next, you're just as motivated today as you was when you started. That lets me know that you are getting joy out of what you're doing. If you're losing motivation, this is, you know what, guys? To be quite honest with you, this what separate the men from the boys, the women from the girls. Right here. The sustained motivation. Y'all want to know why LeBron James and Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan are who they are as those dogs, as those greats, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? Y'all want to know why? Because when they had $300-400 million, they was still grinding as they were when they first started. What you're going to see with a lot of entrepreneurs is that they'll get to a spot, right? Let's say they've been in business for 3 years. They get to a spot and then they take their foot off the gas and they just get some complacent. They just, let's hypothetically say they got the business up to $250 a year. If you get complacent in a business, your competitor is going to come knock your ass off. If you get complacent. Now, if you get complacent because you're transitioning to something else or whatever, and you see this a lot of times, like one thing that comes to mind with me was the Magic Johnson Theaters. If y'all guys remember the Magic Johnson Theaters when they first opened up and shit, it was the Rave and the Magic Johnson Theater, blah, blah, blah. And if you go to Magic Johnson Theaters now, you can just tell he don't give a damn about them. Let's just call it what it is. He don't give a damn about them, right? You not gonna tell me Magic Johnson is investing into those theaters. It's like he stopped caring about them things a long time ago. Whoever it was, they lost motivation. Maybe the dine-in theaters came in, whatever. But if you can't find a way to stay motivated, the business is going to collapse. I promise you that. Now, if you have interest elsewhere, if you have interest elsewhere, then fine. If you want to go do something else and you're doing the business, but you got one foot in, one foot out because you transition somewhere else, then fine. You probably don't care. But if you care and it's your livelihood, you have to always be striving for growth and to keep going, even though you might have a comfortable salary, because you have competitors and they're going to come knock you off. Period. I don't know what to tell you. Your competitors are going to come knock you off. Next, you can live without taking money out of the business. And this is going to be more like at the beginning stages. But guys, a good rule of thumb is the longer you can go without taking money out of the business, the bigger it can get. As soon as you start taking a salary out of the business, your growth is going to slow down. This is exactly why growth stocks growth stocks pay a very, very small dividend. You're going to get your money off of them, off of the value of the stock, not dividends. If you take a dividend, a high dividend paying stock, that means that they stopped trying to grow a long time ago. And maybe they have reached a point to where they recognize that this is just the market share that we in, and so it's really no growth to be made. But for all you guys that know about stocks, the higher the dividend payout, the higher the dividend yield, the less they're focused on growth. The less dividend yield, the more they're focused on growth. They don't want to give you no dividend because they're reinvesting the money for growth. That's why they don't want to pay your ass no dividend. So it depends on what you want. If you somebody who's short-sighted and you want a high dividend, then get the high dividend paying stocks. If you somebody who want a high return on your investment, then get the low dividend paying stocks. Okay, guys, those gonna be the growth stocks. Those gonna be those tech companies, the startups and shit like that. You ain't get no dividend from them. You might get 2 cents. You might get 2 cents. 2 cents. But your money off of them gonna come off the appreciation over the stock price. Yeah, they might give you 2 cents, maybe, if you're lucky. You ask them nice. But guys, if you need, let's just call it what it is, guys. You got to work 2 jobs when you're starting your business. Let's just call it what it is. You got to work, you got to have a normal job that can sustain you, your life, and let the business just grow. You might, what will even be better is, off of your other job, you can actually contribute some more to this. So not only is the business funding itself, but you make enough money off your other job to fund it even more. That's the bottom line, guys. If you can't do that, I don't know what the hell to tell you. If you want your business, you got to have a long term. So let's hypothetically say your business is generating profit $1 million a year. You can say, you know what, man, I'm content with that. I'm going to start cutting myself a salary of $400,000 out of that $1 million, and I'll reinvest the other $600,000, and I'll pay myself $400,000, and I'll just pay taxes on that $400,000, and the other $600,000 I'll reinvest to the business. You're going to stymie your growth. If you wanted growth, you would just say, hey, I'm going to pay myself $100,000 and then put the other $900,000 back into it. Now, it's a give and a take because you want to get the business to a point to where you can take a small salary and that way you can spend more time into the business, right? So like if you're working another job, right, that's taking time away from the business. But you might have to do that at the initial beginning, maybe the first year or so, or 2. And then when you do get the business to a profitable point to where you can take a small salary out of the business, that's probably more beneficial because now you're able to dictate more time into the business. Small salaries. I mean, it ain't gonna be no goddamn sushi nice out at the 5-star restaurant and no Capital Grills. It's gonna be a $50 Applebee's budget is what it's gonna be. So you might have to get to a point where you take a small salary. That way you can dedicate more time because if you got to work another job, then that's less time you can put into the business. So I would say the first year you got to work another job. Or let's put it like this, until you're profitable, whenever that is, you got to work another job. So whenever that is, whenever the business get profitable where you can take a small salary out of it. And then everything else got to be reinvested to the business. All right, guys, so it's a give and take. You don't want to have to work another job forever because that's less time you put into the business. But you don't want to have to come in and take a large salary either because that's going to stymie the business too. So you got 2 things stymie the business, lack of time into the business and lack of money into the business. So you need to balance both. At some point, you're going to have to get it till you take a salary, but a small salary. That way you can put more time into growing the business. Next, you still believe in the product and not just doing it because you're invested. So one of the things y'all guys will see is in the business world is that you really don't believe in the product no more. You realize, but you don't want to take that loss because maybe you spent 50,000, 100,000, whatever it is, a lot of money to you. And so now you're just doing it because you're invested. You're all in. But the business sucks. And you've been doing it for 3 years. And you haven't turned a profit. And you ain't even growing. So not only have you turned a profit, but every year you losing 20% and it's staying the same and ain't improving. Or 5 years or whatever. But you don't really believe in the product. But you feel like, hey, I can't take an L. Ask yourself, do you really still believe in this business, or am I just doing it because I spent all my fucking life savings on it? If that's how you feel, the business is lost. You have to truly believe in the business. You can't just say it out of your mouth. You got to believe it with your heart. Because how you feel, that's your conscience telling you, man, this is a lost cause. It's a sinking ship. It's over. You should be your worst critic. And you should know. We all done got into money pits. We all done had regular ass cars that we probably should have sold a long time ago and just got another one. And we ended up put a motor in it, transmission, water pump, alternator, all this other bullshit. And we realized at some point, man, this ain't nothing but a goddamn lost cause. But I done got $8,000 into it, so I got to go and stick it out now. That ain't going to make it no better. All you doing is making the situation worse. That's all. You just going to drain your money worse and worse and worse. It's a lost cause. And you should know your ability to adapt. Some people have the ability to adapt. Some don't. You have to adapt. If you go back and you watch my first videos, they were more hardcore, dig them down and toss them to the side of the road content. And probably past my second year, first year and a half, whatever, the content became more purple pill, more maintain rotations, not dig them down and toss them to the side of the road. You know why that is? Because I'm smart enough to know that motherfucking dudes want female companionship. They don't want to hear no goddamn dig them down and toss them to the side of the road every goddamn video. That's why I got plenty goddamn sense. At some point, when all that red pill rage go away and you no longer mad at female hypergamy and female nature and shit, at the end of the day, you gonna want some companionship. Call it what you want. I got plenty goddamn sense. I know you motherfuckers. I ain't a fool by a long shot. Fuck you, I'm a man going my own way. Yeah, I knew that shit wasn't gonna last. Yeah. I knew the video games were gonna get old sooner or later. All them MGTOW video with the fishing rod, walking down the street, talking about, I'm a man going my own way. I knew you'd come around. Yeah, you'll get tired of hanging with hairy legs eventually. I knew it. I knew it. Yeah, you'll get tired of playing Scrabble with dudes. Yeah, I knew that too. I knew it. I was smart enough to adapt. I knew that red pill rage wasn't gonna last for long. At some point, your paternal instinct's gonna kick in. I knew it. I'm not a fool. So now my content is more centered around maintaining meaningful relationships. My thing is I'm non-monogamous, but I don't judge guys who don't want to be non-monogamous. I don't judge guys who want monogamous relationships or whatever, purple pill guys. Now I'm a non-monogamous guy, but I like to date constant women, the same women, just not one. One get out of line, interchangeable, get her ass out. I am not interested in banging 60 bitches a year, meaningful sex, just going to random clubs, getting drunk bitches and fucking them. I have no interest in that shit. And I have enough sense to know most of you guys ain't gonna have no interest in that shit. I got plenty of goddamn sense. So I knew when that red pill rage thing was at the top 2016, 2017, I had plenty of sense to know this shit ain't gonna last. And this shit ain't, at some point, these motherfuckers gonna want, hey man, I got this girl I like. What am I doing wrong? I got plenty goddamn sense. I ain't been on YouTube all these goddamn years, but still, dig them down and throw them to the side of the road. Nobody want to hear that. Man, shut the hell up. That's what motherfuckers say, man, shut the hell up. Man, you been hollering that shit for 7 years. Nobody want to hear that shit. This ain't 2017. Nobody want to goddamn dig them down and toss the side of the road. I got plenty goddamn sense. I knew when the dust cleared, when everything went back to normal, when all that red pill bullshit was gonna, and when I say red pill, I shouldn't say red pill. I should say MGTOW. I shouldn't say red pill. It's still red pill. I should say MGTOW. I'm going my own way. Man, like a damn fool. Y'all laughing my ass off. I said, why did they? You be back. I said, oh, motherfucker, all these pictures and shit. They got the little fishing pole, walking down the street and all this other shit. I said, man, I said, we'll see you when you get back, buddy. Well, I know you'll be back. Yeah, you came on back, didn't it? Yeah. All the MGTOW channels, where it go? Nobody talking about we going our own way. All gone. They maybe got a couple of guys, but by and large, y'all remember it was 100 of them. They were everywhere. They were everywhere. It was 30 of them, 40, 50. Every day it was like 5 more starting up. What happened? I don't see none of them now. Because we knew you motherfuckers would be back. Next, you don't hate what you do. I ain't say you gotta love it. This ain't gotta be your purpose. A lot of us think that it's gotta be the purpose. Guys, I told you guys I was considering starting a staffing agency. Do any of you guys think that I wake up with a burning desire to start a staffing agency? No, it's not my fucking purpose. No. But I don't hate it either. It ain't about being your purpose. Anybody out here want to start a fucking lawn service? You mean to tell me you got a deep burning desire to cut some grass and hair some bushes and trim some leaves? Are you fucking kidding me? You wake up in the morning, oh man, I can't wait to goddamn cut that grass today. Nobody says that. But you can't hate it either. And you don't got to have a passion for it. It don't got to be your purpose. And for all y'all guys that wondering the difference between purpose and passion, for me, passion is something that you're passionate about, right? It could be something that you're passionate about. So you could be passionate about playing video games. You can be passionate about playing golf. Purpose, to me, how I define purpose, and people might disagree with this, purpose for me is something that you have passion for and it improves others' lives. That's purpose to me. So when you have a purpose, that means that you have a passion for what you're doing and you are helping humanity. You are bringing value to others' lives. If what you're doing don't improve other lives or bring value to others' life, then that's just a passion. Purpose is it's gotta benefit somebody other than you, right? So that's how I define the difference between passion and purpose. But you don't gotta have neither one of them. You just can't hate what you do. Nobody's skipping out of bed in the morning to go and do construction, but you shouldn't hate it either. Okay, guys. So that's the thing with that. Because if it's monetary gain, if you're doing something you hate for monetary gain, and one thing that comes to mind with this, guys, is nurses, right? If you talk to most nurses, not all, I ain't gonna even bring up the all police today, not all, most of them hate it. They just like the income. Case in point, the main chick I talked to, now I told y'all guys this in a video, I think I did. And I told y'all guys she refers to her last boyfriend as the crier. And the reason why he was the crier was because he constantly cried and complained about his job. Now he was a doctor. And he just hated the hours. He hated the commitment. The dude made over $500,000 a year. But he just complained and cried all the time. So she called him the crier because all he did was complain and cry about his working conditions and his job. And he hated it. And he would just cry and complain all the time. See, that's not worth it. I understand the salary and all that. I get it. But that's not worth it. Now, I'm not saying he's supposed to be skipping the work and all this skipping, going into work. No, I ain't say that either. But you can't hate it. No amount of money is worth going to do something you hate every day. You should at least be indifferent to it. You don't love it, but you don't hate it either. It's like, it's okay. It's okay. I don't hate it. I don't love it. It's like, it's okay. When I had the machine, the mattress company, when I was working, the machine operator at the cone factory, the Genpack afterwards, I was indifferent. I didn't skip to work. I didn't wake up like, yay, we're going to work today. But I wasn't mad either. I was indifferent. You should at least be like that. Next, you're offering something unique. You don't got to reinvent the wheel, but you have to have a different perspective on something. If you're going to do a lawn service, whether it's your pricing, your bundle package, I don't give a fuck. Maybe you have all the guys cutting goddamn grass in a Speedo. I don't fucking care. You have to do something unique. Now, you can't reinvent how they cut grass. But maybe you have a technique to develop a system that you are more efficient with it. Maybe you have figured out a way to be able to accomplish the same thing everybody else doing, but at a 25% discount, because maybe you done figured out a system that you can offer 25% or 20% discount and still turn a good profit. I don't fucking know what it is, but you have to figure out, what can I do different that nobody has thought of? Oh, and I want to get back to that point when I said solving the problem at the beginning too. Another thing that I had said that I was going to bring to it outside of self-improvement was I said I was going to bring more humor to it. I forgot to mention that too. But you have to have something unique. Look at your business model. Is you doing anything pricing wise? Is anything you're doing different than that? So you just doing carbon copy of what everybody else doing. How the hell you think it's going to grow when companies been doing this 50 years and you just getting your ass in here? How the hell you think you going to goddamn get some market share? You going up against people who've been doing the business, who got credibility for 50, 60 years. So I told y'all guys, y'all know my stories. I told y'all guys I tried to get my CDL license in New York City, and I took a couple of CDL driving lessons, right? My issue was I didn't know how to drive a stick. I still don't know how to drive a stick, right? And so as what I did with everything in my life, y'all get it, I quit. Y'all know it. I went and passed the written test. Now all I had to do was pass the driving test. So I had went to Ferrari driving school. That's a trucking school that teaches you how to drive trucks. Went for 2 lessons, right? And quit. Story of my life, quit. But the point was, I called the guys and I wanted a refund on some of the money because you had to put a deposit down. So they had to give you a refund on unused lessons or something, right? I can't remember exactly what for. I was asking for a refund. I can't remember exactly what the premise of the refund. I think you have to pay up front and then what you don't use, they send back, whatever, some shit like that. And then the guy said, he was like, I said, hey, I didn't get the refund yet. And I was wondering what the holdup was. He said, it should be there tomorrow. I called him the next day and I said, hey, it's still not here, man. I said, I don't know what's going on. He said, hey, come down. He said, listen to me. We've been in business, I think it was 60 years. I can't remember, but it was a long time. He said, we wouldn't be in business this long if we was up here beating people out of their money. And you know what I thought about it? And I said, he's exactly right. He's exactly right. And that gave me a comfort that I knew I was going to get my money. I did get my money. I think it was the next day or something like that. But he's exactly right. People feel more comfortable doing business with people who've been in business much longer than what you have. So why the hell am I going to try your business if you're doing the same thing somebody who's been in business 100 years? Right? So let's hypothetically, I know this ain't y'all guys ain't going to do it. Let's hypothetically say you want to open a bank. Why the hell am I going to put my money in your bank? You offering the same interest rates as Chase or Bank of America. They've been in business goddamn 300, 200 years. Why the hell am I going to put my money in your bank then? Now, 8% interest rate, I might be willing to try you out. But if you're going to offer the same thing they talk with, I'm going to go with the people that have been in business for 200 years. What the hell I want to put my money in your bank for? You offering the same interest rate. If you double it, hey, now we talking. So the point being is, you have to offer something unique. If you're not offering nothing unique, people are going to stick with the status quo. Next, you have a system in place for feedback. I said feedback, not reviews. Like I tell y'all guys, you got to take reviews with a grain of salt. First of all, you have blatant out entitled people. Second, you have haters, competitors who will leave negative reviews. Talking about they found a roach in their food and all this other shit. You have competitors who write fake reviews and all this other shit. So you got to take reviews. The feedback is when you send them an email saying, hey, can we get some feedback on that? Now, this is private. This ain't you trying to expose them or hurt their business. When you get the feedback, you got to pay attention to the feedback. If y'all guys notice, all the big companies, Amazon, all them like these email feedbacks. And I guarantee you they take these way more serious than them goddamn public reviews from a bunch of spoiled, entitled children who want some attention. Now, this right here is in private. Now, I'm taking these serious because these people right here ain't looking for no attention. They just telling you what it is. So you have to have a system in place so people can give you feedback, constructive feedback, good and bad, on what you can improve and what they like. Not reviews. I said feedback. Reviews are feedback, but we know why most people leave reviews. They want some goddamn attention for the most part, especially the bad ones. Or they entitled, whatever. So make sure you have something. Wait about a week. Every time I buy some clothes online or anything, from like the ones you want, like Ralph Lauren and stuff like this. Not all of them. Some of them don't, but most of them like Ralph Lauren and stuff like that. They good on. They wait about 2 weeks. Let you get in there real good. Let you try it out. They don't ask you the next day. Motherfucker, it's still in the paper. What the hell you asking me about some feedback? They wait about 2 weeks. Saying, hey, can you give feedback on this? Did you like it? Now they can know the material was this, or it ran too small, and they can take a census. They can look a general census of what everybody's saying. And this is private. This ain't for the public. Everybody wants some attention. Now you got to pay attention to these. Next, not afraid to try new things. You have to be willing to try new things and fail. If you're not willing to try new things and fail, you would not succeed. You just have to have an open mind. Case in point, I tried over here. I tried the movie reviews and all that stuff. I looked at the feedback. What y'all guys, the feedback over here in social media, we call the engagement. You don't got to say nothing. I look at the engagement. I put up a video, it get fucking 42 likes and goddamn 12 comments. They ain't liking it too much. I'm talking about my patron. They ain't liking it too much. Right? And so the case in point, what I'm saying is, you try new things. If it fails, fine, you try it and you move on. You go back to what was working. Don't let that failure scare you. Maybe a little later, you try something new. You never know what'll work, what won't. But you have to be willing to try in order to grow your business, evolve your business. And lastly, you have the work ethic. If you have the work ethic, it might be meant to be. Most businesses fail, do nothing but the lack of work ethic. Motherfuckers don't have the work ethic to be an entrepreneur. I busted my ass when I first started this YouTube shit. I was training, I was still had my security company going, and I'm sitting here trying to make videos. I busted my ass. Most people do not have the energy or the wherewithal to be an entrepreneur, the grind to be an entrepreneur. Flat out, period. If you don't have the work ethic, it won't matter. You ain't gonna make it. All right, guys, I'm sorry the video went too long, man. I'll get back with you guys next time.